welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. Now, at the beginning of the week, the Central Bank of Nigeria announced that it has opened a special forex window for small and medium enterprises to enable these companies import eligible finished and semi-finished items not exceeding $20,000 for an enterprise per quarter. Now, remember also that the president, during his budget presentation to the National Assembly last year, actually said that there's going to be a major turnaround and is expecting to see a more stronger collaboration from the fiscal and the monetary authorities, but particularly from the monetary authorities, especially with regards giving the critical sectors of the economy, including the SMEs, the much needed boost. So is this a much needed boost, and how welcome is this development? Now, one of the reasons why the CBN says actually it was opening that window was to ensure that the SMEs, quite a large number of them, are not being crowded out of the forex space by larger firms. But joining me on the program to talk about this is the President of the National Association of Small Scale Industries, Segun Kuti-George. Mr. Kuti-George, it's great to have you on the program this morning.
Thank you very much, Harry. Good morning.
Good morning, and coming in despite the holidays. But when you heard this piece of news from the CBN on Monday, how did you feel? Was it an exciting piece of information for you?
Yeah, I would say it is, because it is a step in the right direction. The truth of the matter is that before that announcement, it's been pretty difficult, accessing foreign exchange from the point of view of micro, small, and medium enterprises. A number of those who are trying to get one thing or the other in, have to deposit their money and wait for about 60 days, before you eventually get the foreign exchange that you need. So it's quite exciting.
All right. So, for which particular, because we have about 17 million SMEs in Nigeria at the moment. I don't know how many we have in Lagos, but one of the major issues that a lot of people have said that yes, it's a good step in the right direction to give SMEs, those who need the FX, that critical FX. But how about domestic production? Why not encourage domestic capacity, since most of the SMEs are domestically based anyway?
Yeah, about 70% of the MSMEs in Nigeria are based in Lagos, just to quickly point that out. Yes. That doesn't happen, suddenly or in one day. It has to be a gradual thing. I'm an advocate of, patronizing made in Nigeria, and of course I have a somewhat movement called Shun the Dollar, Spend the Naira, Buy Made in Nigeria products. But no nation can entirely be an island. There will still be certain things that you still need, to bring in from abroad, to be able to do your things. As we are trying to grow domestic production of these essential, raw materials and light equipment, we still need to continue to depend, on importation, and that is the point at which, we are now. You will observe that recently, a couple of days ago, the government raised the tariff on imported tomato concentrate, to 50%. That is a signal that we are already growing and increasing our tomato base, tomato supply base, to also locally do the concentrate, and so we can gradually, begin to move out of it. We cannot do it at a go and say no, we're not bringing them in again. Okay,
so but are your members taking advantage of this particular policy from the CBN? Yes, it was just announced on Monday, but then, of course, time waits for no one.
Yeah, certainly they are, and they will continue to. Permit me to say that generally, I believe this is a lot of people have doubts about some of these things, but for me, there are steps in the right direction. When the government came out with the issue of the PTA, the school fees, and so on, you discover that the market responded, positively to it by, the naira, increasing in value against the dollar. In the same manner, with this new intervention that is coming in, we're going to, begin to see some response to it, particularly as, you can assess 20,000 quarterly, in 1 year. And 20,000 US dollar can actually, buy a lot of the things that, micro, small, and medium enterprises need.
So I'm still going to go back to, getting sourcing materials locally. Why, from which particular sector do you think in particular should be beneficiaries, mostly primary beneficiaries of this subsidy from the Central Bank of Nigeria?
It's actually the manufacturing sector, first and foremost, because these are the ones who need tools and equipment and machineries, that we are not yet making in Nigeria. Next will be the agri sector also, because they also need a lot of, light, equipment. But essentially, the industrial sector, they need some semi-finished and, finished raw materials. For example, if we take the paint industry, the cultured marble manufacturing industry, they need a lot of resins, which are derivatives of, petroleum, which we're not doing, we're not producing in large quantity in Nigeria yet. It will be a very good intervention for them.
So talk to us a little bit more what you think that the government can do to promote import substitution, for instance.
Yeah, we need to continue to take out those challenges that are facing, MSMEs, as it were, and as we continue to provide solutions to them, we'll discover that we'll be solving these problems. First and foremost is the issue of funding. We have to ensure that the micro, small, and medium enterprises have access, to single-digit funds that will make them to be able to carry out their businesses and, expand. We need to pay more attention to infrastructure, and I think this is part of the economic recovery and growth plan of, the government. As they tackle those 5 points, we will discover that the production base, of our Nigerian industries, will be increasing, and in like manner, we will be subsidizing or substituting some of these things that we are currently importing.